Hafide and good afternoon, everyone. This is the Hotspot. I'm Jason Salas, and here is what's on our coverage today.
The menu, brought to you by King's Restaurant, always open, always local, and Ruby Tuesday Guam, home of the Fresh Garden Bar.
Guam is set to welcome our first trade familiarization tour from Japan since 2019. Plus, we're also going to tell you about the sensational summer camp being put on by the fine folks of West Care Pacific Islands. And we close out with our Feed Me Friday segment with Daniel and Lacey taking on Tabasco Scorpion. But we start with some very disturbing news as GPD and the Guam Fire Department were responding to a van that crashed into a utility pole on Marine Corps Drive by the East Taganya Mobile. GPD says traffic in all lanes northbound is being redirected and converging into the middle lane as you can anticipate traffic delays. You can see there from the video, traffic obviously delayed very much so once again by the East Taganya Mobile. Evidently a van crashed into a utility pole. That is of course East Taganya Bay. Traffic expected to be delayed substantially. Of course, it is the lunchtime hour, so please seek alternate routes. You might have to go through Route 8 up through Mighty if you are heading either towards the central part of the island or back downtown. Please be mindful of the traffic converging into the middle lane. Well, let's go to one of our interviews in the KUAM News Zoom room now, as I'm going to talk to my friends at the West Care Pacific Islands about a sensational summer camp they are putting on for island youth. Welcome back to the Hotspot, everybody. I have two friends of mine from West Care Pacific, of course, Eileen Artera and Regina Shiroma, where they have wonderful programs going on. And we are talking about one particular program today right here on the Hotspot, Summer Camp. A wonderful time, a generations deep tradition where young people can go out, do something positive, make new friends, and have a really, really good time. And, you know, no shame in saying parents, it's a really good way to get your kids out, have them learn a new skill. And they're pretty tired by the end of the day, so they'll sleep well for the summer. So Eileen and Regina, hafide and welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Okay, so please let's break down everything going on with the summer camp program. Is there a theme for this, first of all, Eileen?
Yes, so we do, our theme for this year is Sensational Summer. So that's S-U-N, so Sensational Summer, especially since it's been very hot, so I think it's very fitting.
Oh yeah.
For the moment right now, but also thank you for the opportunity to share our excitement about this upcoming event that our youth prevention programs will be putting on.
Okay, so now if it is a proper summer camp, are you guys going to also provide sunscreen?
We'll be in the gym, so there won't be so much sun exposure, but if needed, you know.
See, West Care Pacific thinks of everything, you guys. Okay, so since they are going to be inside, what's the typical day of a camper like and everything? Like, what time do they show up, and then what do they do throughout the day?
So they'll start at 8 a.m. and then we'll run all the way through 4:30 p.m.
Okay, I'm sure there's probably like maybe like arts and crafts, maybe some athletic activities, but also about Regina, are there things like, you know, like civics oriented things like, you know, how to be a good citizen, how to take care of, you know, your fellow person, or just, you know, like how to live, make good decisions and live a good positive life?
Yeah, actually, you hit it right on the nail. So our youth prevention programs will be delivering we'll get technical, they're evidence-based curriculums. And so we're going to be talking about healthy relationships and teaching the kids what does that look like. And that could look like and a relationship with your family, with your friends, and even maybe a partner. I know they're really young, but they're thinking about those things. So teaching them about what a healthy relationship looks like, teaching them how to communicate well with one another, and also helping them to think about some goals that they'd like to set, allowing them to dream and reach for those things and how they can achieve those, and just helping them to build up their self-esteem. So they'll be hearing things like that throughout the week. And then
I like that because, you know, obviously.
Yeah.
Oh, please go ahead.
So they're gonna get antsy after sitting down and listening to us talk a lot. So we'll also have a lot of games and activities. And lunch is provided. So at lunchtime they'll have a meal. Then they have some free play where everybody wants to play basketball. We're in the gym, so there'll be a little bit of that. But yeah, for the most part, there's always fun games that we ourselves as the camp counselors also get just as competitive in, and we enjoy playing with the kids. So we're excited, and they're going to have a sensational time at our summer camp.
Hey, wow, and they might even learn how to come up with a clever jingle, maybe.
Oh yes, we're big
Sensational.
on puns.
Exactly. Yeah, I love that. My pun game was at one point strong, but it's terrible because I'm so old. Right? Okay, so you've been framing this so far, ladies, as far as saying kids, right? So what ages of children and what ranges are we talking about?
So this will be for youth ages 11 to 14.
Okay.
Meaning like the middle school range, that's the population that we're targeting with our summer camp.
Okay, so sixth, seventh, and eighth graders for the most part?
For the most part, yeah.
Okay, very, very cool. Okay, who qualifies to apply this? And is this just like a regional thing? Like, is this only for people like in the northern part of the island, or for those in central villages or southerners?
Oh no, anyone can apply. We've had, I think, want to say we even had one from like PD come up all the way up to Dededo just for the summer camp. So it's open to anybody. Just go ahead and contact us to sign up. I'll give you a little bit of that registration information so they can access our registration via our website, www.westcarepacificislands.org/events, or they can also give us a call at the office at 989-9792.
Now, of course, Guam being a real family-oriented atmosphere. I mean, I know you guys down there at West Care. You guys care so much about the community, and you guys do so many positive things for our island family. You wish you could take every single child and like involve them in the sensational camp, but there are a finite number of seats. I mean, unfortunately, we can't accommodate like everybody. So you got to get your applications in soon, right? And how many campers are you able to handle this summer?
So we're going to max it at 45 youth with 5 peer mentors. So we kind of give a little bit of leeway for the 5 peer mentors for those that have gone through our summer camp before and they want to come back, which you've already kind of got a lot of interest on that part because they know how much fun we always have. So we'll limit it to 5 peer mentors on that side.
That's the best part when you come back like as an alumni and you can actually directly pass down stuff and hey guys, I went through this like 2 summers ago, last summer, whatever, and like this program works and everything. So just
it also helps to reinforce the lessons that we teach, right? Because they're coming back a little bit, they're hearing it again, and we also want to take that back to the communities that they're in, whether it be at home or at school. Just kind of share the information with their family and friends as well.
Okay, is there any cost to this? And you said gym, but I'm not even sure if we mentioned which gym around the island is. Well, you said you come up to Dededo, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so is this the Estumbo gym or the Santa Barbara gym or?
Yes, it's actually at the Estumbo gym, and
I got it right in the first try.
Yes, you did. So I just also want to give a shout out to the Dededo Mayor's office because they work together with us to use their facilities, and they're always so accommodating, and they just help us with a lot of the stuff that we need comes from their office as well. So shout out to the Dededo Mayor's office, and thanks so much to them. And so the Estumbo gym again, we had it there last summer, so we'll be there again.
Absolutely. Shout out to Mayor Melissa Tavares and her team.
Yeah. The best part about this summer camp, though, is that it's absolutely free, so there are no costs associated to registering, and lunch is provided. So it's on a first-come, first-served basis registration, so we want to get in those registrations as soon as possible. Registration opened on June 6th and will close on June 17th. So hurry and get those registrations in.
Okay, and you said you've already got the 5 peer mentors, right?
Not quite yet.
Okay. So how can somebody, like, whether they're a alumni of the program or maybe they've done child psychology, or they're maybe they're doing this for CCD, or or they're just concerned and they'd like to do something positive this summer, how can they apply for that?
Registration process would apply. So as long as they submit their registration, we'll take a look at it, and then that will be the 5 peer. If they're a returnee to the program, then that's where we will look for our 5 peer mentors from.
Very cool. Okay, and how long does the camp go for?
For 1 week, so June 27th through July 1st.
Very cool. Okay, how long have you guys been working on this? Because I know even though it's a week, some people might say that goes by really fast, but 5 days filled with really fun activities, from you said 8:30 in the morning until 4:30. That's a lot of time, and that's a lot of like blocks of time to fill and everything. So how logistically has it been for the 2 of you and all the people working over there at West Care on like making sure that you've structured some like a very meaningful program?
We've been planning this maybe since April, maybe even before then.
Yeah,
probably.
I mean, we're perpetually thinking about summer camp and all of our programming. Yeah, we're just so excited to host it that we're kind of always thinking about it, and even in the year prior, like, oh, we should do this game next time, or I know the kids will like this, or they really responded well to this, or if we see something that could be a possible theme, we're like, that should be our summer camp theme. So we're kind of always thinking about it.
Excellent. Okay, well, ladies, like we congratulate you on putting on another fantastic summer camp. This is something that I wish I could have done when I was a young kid and everything. But we really encourage everybody out there, families, parents, caretakers. Please give this a consideration and please submit your application because it's going to be a really, really fun week from our friends over at Pacific Care. These are good people doing good things for the island. So, and ladies, we wish you and your team over there a sensational summer yourself.
Thank you.
See, I did it. Well, technically that was yours, but I just borrowed it. We'll have our people talk to your people
Yeah.
about all the royalties and everything. So, okay, so Eileen Artero and Regina Sharoma, thank you both for what you do for our island community.
Thanks so much, Jason.
Thank
All right.
you.
Okay, and please stay tuned because the hotspot continues right here on KUAM. Please stay tuned. But before we take a break, as we do every week, on Monday we asked you on our weekly question how you can join the conversation and be heard while voicing your view. There is the weekly question. Thank you, Josler, in the back. And this week's question, which issues in this year's election are most important to you? And right off the top, Wanzo12 on IG, because no one can say the word Instagram anymore, apparently, says fuel, food, and electricity prices. Very, very good. Utilities, very, very important to Wanzo12. Another commenter on Instagram says public safety and the growing meth problem on Guam is of their concern. This is Bong X Mendoza. It's an increase of home invasions and violent crimes all over Guam. Many of our senior citizens, Bong says, do not feel safe. Let's go over to Facebook now. Of course, another property of Facebook, Meta that is. One member, Maria Lawrence Castro, writes transparency and communication to all the people, trying to hold government leaders accountable and in check. And finally, Scott, also on Facebook, says crime number 1, crime number 2, and crime number 3. No shortage of words there from Scott. Scott, Malia, Lawrence Rose, and everybody, thank you for your contributions. And make sure to check out on our weekly question right here on HotSpot on Mondays. Across social media, we will feature your questions right here on the show. Well, please stay tuned. HotSpot will continue. More fun, more interviews, and a lot more after this.
Minute News, plus access to alerts, streaming radio, promotions, and more on your mobile device by downloading the KUAM News mobile app, available at the App Store now.
About your finances? You've come to the right place. Bring all your accounts together, even those that aren't with us, and see the big picture, right down to the smallest detail. Unlock powerful tools like Insights and Money Map that help you save time and take control of your finances. When you connect accounts with the First Hawaiian Bank mobile app, it all starts with yes.
Northern Marianas, rise up to the challenge! June 17th through June 25th, the Northern Marianas will be hosting the NM Pacific Mini Games 2022. Athletics, badminton, baseball, beach volleyball, golf, tennis, triathlon, ba'a, and weightlifting. Visit northernmarianas2022.com and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Thanks to the Tensulin Foundation, Joe Tendada Foundation, T Galleria, Docomo Pacific, ITNE, NMC, Elan Group, Marpac, Fish Guy Scuba Charter, Atkins Kroll, Glorified City Limit, McDonald's, Mobile, Triple J, NM Tech, and Bank of Guam.
Properties in the Tropics is your weekly roundup of the hottest properties on Guam. Every Thursday, get a virtual walkthrough of homes, apartments, townhomes, and land available for lease, rent, or sale with a breakdown of the most important info, including cost, features, and of course, location details. Watch it on KUAM News Hotspot at noon on streaming and TV8 or catch the encore at 5 p.m. on TV11. You can also check out each installment on Instagram too. Properties in the Tropics is presented by Remax Diamond Realty. Meet the young men and women from high schools in Guam and the CNMI at the head of the class on KUAM News Weekend Edition and Digital. We're showcasing the brilliant valedictorians and salutatorians of the class of 2022. Learn about their awards, accolades, and future ambitions. Watch Head of the Class, Class of 2022, throughout the months of June and July. Congratulations, graduates, presented by the University of Guam.
Subscribe to our KUAM News Digest, our weekly email newsletter with all kinds of information straight to your inbox. Just subscribe and we'll make sure to keep you informed and entertained with news from the KUAM News team, what to watch on NBC and CBS, and the latest promotions from KUAM Communications. Go to KUAM.com, click on the newsletter tab at the top of the homepage, register, and you're all set. Brought to you by Uno Go, Guam on Demand.
All right, welcome back to the show, everybody. Some exciting news from the Guam Visitors Bureau now, as yesterday we got word that the first familiarization trade tour, or the FAM tour, I don't know if it involves family, but the FAM tour, but we have family members coming over from Japan, a contingent. It's the first time a group from Japan will be visiting since 2019. It's set to take place next week. Joining me now to explain the importance of such an event is the Japanese marketing manager for the Guam Visitors Bureau, who you probably saw on the live feed, literally just sat down a few moments ago. Regina Nedley, our second Regina. We've had two Reginas on the show, so
wow.
Half a day. Good to see you.
Half a day, Jason. Thank you. Thank you for having me today.
Okay,
yes.
I'm sure the pace of rushing you in and out of the studio is no. You're used to that by now, because you guys have been rushing with your strategies and trying to come up with pandemic and get used to things and everything. But now we have concrete proof that for the first time there's a trade familiarization tour coming to Guam. So congratulations, first of all.
Thank you. Thank you. It's been long awaited. Our Japan market, as you know, Korea has been doing fantastic right now with our flights resuming. And now in support of all the work that we've been doing, so because of the pandemic and the beginning of the fiscal year, we were working a lot with marketing Guam, branding Guam, which you saw a lot of our influencers coming out, our TikTokers coming out and showing and retweeting and putting all those lives. But now we're bringing in our travel trade fam. So our travel trade is the meat of our business between the airlines and the travel agents and the online travel agencies, because right now that we're trying to resume business, Japan right now is still, we're not quite there yet with us being able to go in. I mean, there are some gradual changes happening, but our interest is to bring our Japanese to Guam. So with that, having to do that, our travel trade partners would come out, and they haven't been on Guam since about 2.5 years.
There is that logo. That's beautiful, by the way.
Yes, yes.
Who designed that? That's some really good graphic arts.
Our GVB Japan team, of course, we wanted to signify the importance of 55 years of relationship between Guam and Japan.
And I must say, Regina, because you and I are roughly the same age, and when we were growing up here on the island, Japan was always known as that was the big tourist market.
Yes.
And, we had such a positive relationship, as you said, such a lucrative relationship.
Yes.
But as you said, whereas we got a lot of social media influencers coming over from the Korean market, with this one, the group that's coming over is a lot more industrial, and these people are going to go back and develop strategies as you have.
So now that businesses like United Airlines has increased their flights, JAL is expected to come out in August, and T-Way and Jeju are the LCCs that used to bring in Japanese visitors as well, are expected to all resume at least by August and September. We're ramping up our trade activities. So as part of our Go Go Guam campaign, and our Go Go Guam campaign, we have approximately 36 members, GVB members, that are providing discounts for visitors. It's more for Japanese, but if you ask the businesses about the GoGo campaign, I'm sure they will easily avail it to you. So this
Look at how beautiful that looks. Why would you not want to visit Guam? We get the best. I tell people all the time, Regina, we have the most beautiful sunsets in the world. I will put that against anybody.
Absolutely, yes. We love the sunset. So what we want our trade fam to experience is coming to Guam and seeing how we are, seeing how safe we are, and how we are really being cautious about our movement on the island, but that you can still create those packages to come to Guam. You work together with our local companies to improve the product of selling Guam in Japan. So a lot of travel agents, online travel agencies, wholesalers, and we have some media also coming out to do some stories on Guam. So we're really excited about this whole fam tour coming up.
And you've been with the agency for quite a long time now. So you've
25 years.
With the exception of the pandemic, I would say pretty much you've seen it all, right?
Pretty much.
But it was interesting with this, I mean, Guam's hospitality is known the world over. Like I said, our sunsets speak for themselves. the island hospitality, the Hafaday spirit, you know, the familial spirit, obviously the surroundings, the condition, but for you and your staff, this was a completely different way in having to almost like, would you call it resell Guam to the rest of the world and the markets to not only emphasize, you know, the wonderful things, both natural and man-made, but now also like we're safe.
Yes.
All of our businesses here are doing what we have to do to make sure that you have a wonderful time, but that, you know, you're not going to get sick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So how was that like, kind of like reintroducing the Guam product?
It was new, right? It was different, right? Because like you said, Japan market has been, because of our proximity, our relationship, in knowing Guam is just 3.5 hours away, and all the connections that we've had in the past. Like we used to have more than a dozen direct flights, right?
Yep.
From Guam to Japan, and so having
every single day they're like, oh, when you're leaving 12:30, oh, you're going to Nagoya.
So you know, having to shift it to marketing and creating the demand for Guam, which is why we really focused on digital marketing. So we focused that on the first 2 quarters of this fiscal year, moving it in now to trade, because we needed to make sure that timing, especially in Japan, we had to also respect that the level of their regulations, right? Travel regulations were gradual. So we kind of had to take that step. And so now we're really ramping up, because now our airlines are resuming their flights. They're already advising us they're coming back. And so this is a part of our support for not only our Guam businesses, but also our travel trade partners in Japan to get our business going and get the word about Guam and sell Guam in any way they can.
Is it fair to say that, you know, because of the pandemic and the fact that, like, you know, the visitor industry worldwide in all markets was absolutely decimated, the competitive playing field has now been leveled, and so as different markets reopen, like Guam has, now there is, you know, Singapore is offering travel packages, Thailand is offering travel packages, you know, the various places in Australia, Hawaii, and everything like that. So we're also competing on a way that we never have before.
Yes, we are, and they're really focusing on generating demand, right? Marketing the product, the island, right? You have to share with the world how Guam is doing first before you can actually sell the product to them. So that's really how it was in the beginning. We wanted to show how we've progressed, right, throughout having to keep the island safe with all of the regulations of COVID and living through COVID right now, right? So a lot of the competitors right now are really marketing their destination, marketing food promotions, activities, right? You know, they have to kind of change it up. And then even now with digital marketing, you can see a lot of digital marketing happening everywhere. And
let's talk about that for a second, Regina, because, like, you know,
oh boy,
I remember, you know, the wonderful marketing campaign. I'm a marketing major, and I remember how effective the campaign was. Welcome all visitors enthusightly.
Yes,
remember, everybody show the way. Remember that?
Yes.
Yeah, see, 1990s. Okay.
In the theaters, right?
Yeah. So, so what can we, you know, for people that don't work directly in hospitality and tourism, what can I do as someone who's on social media all the time if I want to jump on a particular trend or a hashtag so that I can help get that out over the internet to not only attract visitors to consider Guam as a destination, but also to instill in them confidence that when they come here, they're going to get great value, they're going to have a great time, and they're not going to get sick. So what can I do as someone on the outside?
Well, I think it's important, like you said, right? So if it's on social media, right, these hashtags are wonderful, okay? The hashtags, actually using hashtags, we record, right? Like how many people hashtag like here we Guam. So
my coworker Tomas Mangon loves hashtags. He uses them all the time.
So, you know, on social media, and then tagging the stories and, you know, sharing the stories, but just even Guam in itself is the product, right? Our hospitality, our friendliness, the things we do on Guam, that's what our Asian visitors, our visitors from Asia all over the globe, they look at Guam and they see how unique it is on Guam. Like, you can do all of these things in Hawaii, you can do it in Thailand, or you can do it in Okinawa, but here on Guam, you have the Chamorro hospitality, certain things you do. People are extremely friendly on Guam, you know, and I've learned this having to travel different destinations around the world to really realize that Guam is very much unique. Our Chamorro hospitality is one of a kind.
Exactly. Yeah. It's one thing to have a wonderful plate of chicken kelaguen. It's another thing to have the person who actually prepared it and then invites you into their home and says, you know, you are like family to me.
Yes.
Please come in. We're gonna have a wonderful conversation.
Absolutely,
and you're really gonna want to take a nap afterwards because we're gonna feed you really well. Okay, so this is the first of many interviews we plan to do with you and your staff over there, because as we open up tourism again, we want here at KUAM, we want to be part of that conversation, and we want to do all we can.
Thank you so much, and I really appreciate KUAM helping us get the message out.
Okay, and it's great to have you. Okay, Josh Tekenko, everybody, by the way, is behind the camera. Josh, give us a little wave.
Josh set me up. He's supposed to be in this interview with me.
There he is. Okay, video bomb as always. So do that on social media too. Okay, everybody, we will be right back. We're causing chaos here on the show, but we will be right back with more show right after this.
Thank you.
Northern Marianas, rise up to the challenge! June 17th through June 25th, the Northern Marianas will be hosting the NM Pacific Mini Games 2022. Athletics, badminton, baseball, beach volleyball, golf, tennis, triathlon, ba'a, and weightlifting. Visit northernmarianas2022.com and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Thanks to the Tensulin Foundation, Joe Tendai Foundation, T Galleria, Docomo Pacific, ITNE, NMC, Elan Group, Marpac, Fish Guy Scuba Charter, Atkins Kroll, Glorified City Limit, McDonald's, Mobile, Triple J, NM Tech, and Bank of Guam.
Say hello to the first Hawaiian Bank mobile app. Want a better look at your spending? With Money Map, you can automatically create budgets and manage where your money is going. Know when you have a green light, or when it's time to slow down. Maybe cook more meals at home this week. Set your goals, track your progress, and find your way to exactly where you want to be. With Money Map from the first Hawaiian Bank mobile app. It all starts with yes.
Properties in the Tropics is your weekly roundup of the hottest properties on Guam. Every Thursday, get a virtual walkthrough of homes, apartments, townhomes, and land available for lease, rent, or sale, with a breakdown of the most important info, including cost, features, and of course, location details. Watch it on KUAM News Hotspot at noon on streaming and TV8, or catch the encore at 5 p.m. on TV11. You can also check out each installment on Instagram too. Properties in the Tropics is presented by Remax Diamond Realty. We're celebrating the class of 2022 on KUAM Digital and KUAM News Weekend Edition beginning in June. Send your graduate's senior photo along with their name and school and brief description of future plans to head of the class at KUAM.com. Their photos will be shared on our social media platforms as well as KUAM News Weekend Edition. Open to middle school, high school, and college graduates. Congratulations, class of 2022, presented by the University of Guam.
Subscribe to our KUAM News Digest, our weekly email newsletter with all kinds of information straight to your inbox. Just subscribe and we'll make sure to keep you informed and entertained with news from the KUAM News team, what to watch on NBC and CBS, and the latest promotions from KUAM Communications. Go to KUAM.com, click on the newsletter tab at the top of the homepage, register, and you're all set. Brought to you by Uno Go, Guam on Demand.
Okay, guys, real quick before we get to our next interview with our own Vic Falan, my friends at GVB, you probably saw it during the break. We had like our live video feed there. This is a thing on Japan. So if you're on TikTok, you do this. It's a thing. And apparently this, you cannot do this anymore. I saw kids were doing it like with their fingers. In Japan, it's like this, right, you guys? Oh. Okay, it's like a peace sign, but it's down on. Okay, I got to go on TikTok and do that, but that's after the show. All right, Vic is here. What's up, Vic?
Hi, what's up? Happy Friday, bro.
Happy Friday. Well, it's time for Feed Me Fridays, and
yes,
Feed Me Fridays was crazy this week because Daniel and Lacey took up a really, really spicy challenge. To say the least.
And it was so funny because we got to Pepsi and they did not know what was going on, and I told them and they were like, "What? Say what? We're eating what?" So it was a fun one to shoot and edit.
Now this was Tabasco scorpion sauce.
Yeah. Whew, did you try it yet? No.
I did not, and I know Auntie Lacey. She really loves pica. So
Yeah, this one was hot.
Okay, can they survive the challenge? How will they fare? Check it out. Here's Feed Me Friday coming at you now.
It's Feed Me Fridays on KUAM News Hotspot, brought to you by Devondale, real milk from free grazing cows.
Everybody, welcome to this week's Feed Me Fridays. We're here with our friends at Devondale and Tabasco, and we are actually gonna scratch that, not even one up, but we're gonna 3-up our man Victorious's previous challenge of hot sauce with this new Tabasco. It's called Tabasco's Extra Hot Scorpion Pepper, and dang, just looking at this thing makes me shake. How about you, Lace?
Well, I feel like I've made a mistake today. I don't eat too much hot, and I thought I was just gonna try something spicy today. Actually, this is 20 times hotter than regular Tabasco, and I can barely take that. But you know why? What we're gonna be able to do here? We're gonna see if this works.
Oh, the good old Devondale milk, yes.
And I believe that it did work with Victorious on a previous episodes here of Feed Me Fridays. So I'm pretty excited, and also I'm crying on the inside.
All right, so without further ado, let's get it started. Let's rip right into this box.
So this is kind of a challenge here.
So yeah.
Daniel eats hot. I eat meh.
We are about to put my spice tolerance to the exact test. Well, I actually love spicy food. I can eat Korean level and Indian level hot.
There are 5 flames on this box, 5.
Well, let's see if it's gonna live up to the hype. And here we go, just gonna go all out. Bottoms up.
That's actually really delicious.
It is.
Oh my gosh.
The spice is building up.
I am the crappiest chicken wing eater though.
So yeah, pardon me. You can already see that the heat is starting to get to me. It is hot.
I'm here to win.
It's really hot.
Oh.
But the flavor is amazing.
No, this is how I really eat chicken wings. I pull everything off. And it's a strategy to not burn your face.
Let's go add a little more to mine.
You know what? I'm very warm. My mouth is very warm, but I'm okay. I think.
Are you sure?
2 down.
I can tell that my lips are red.
Woo. So what I cannot wait is for the finish line here, if I make it. Milk.
Gotta speed it up.
So the way that's supposed to work, okay, is one of the things that they've tried, not water, not beer, not soda, it's milk. Well, maybe beer.
Yeah.
Because...
Actually, can we drink this now?
Please.
You want to drink it now?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Just a little bit, a little bit. Oh, that's butter. I'm not gonna miss it. Where are you at?
I'm on my last wing. How about you?
Well, you know, I like to add to savor.
All right. Oh, last wing. A bit more hot sauce. Delicious. Painful, but delicious. Supposed to.
You gotta let it go onto your tongue, and you need to pull that off of the tongue.
No, has to be chugged.
I definitely wanted to see if milk could do it. Could Devondale do it? And it did.
Well, guys, thank you for joining us for this week's Feed Me Fridays between Devondale and the Tabasco Scorpion Pepper. They both take the win, actually. They're both really good. But you gotta check it out. Check this one out for sure. Great flavor, great everything, especially with this. I'm Daniel Perez, and this is Lacey Martinez, and we'll see you for next week's Feed Me Fridays.
It's Feed Me Fridays on KUAM's HotSpot, brought to you by Devondale. Real milk from free grazing cows.
Okay. Very, very well that you shot and edited that. So very nice work.
Thank you.
Lacey, the tears.
Those are real.
Tears were genuine.
Those are real. I don't know how Daniel did it.
Daniel's a rock star.
He dabbed that like 4 times.
Yeah. It's like, okay, Daniel, would you like some chicken wings with your hot sauce? Half the bottle was gone. That was just him.
The guys at Pepsi said, you guys can just take the bottle. You guys pretty much almost finished it, so we have it here. So if you want to try it.
Okay. I'll give that some consideration, but I'm also going to need that Devondale to wash it down. Okay. Equally inspiring. But for a different way is your episode of One Micronesia podcast that's already on YouTube. But you interviewed an amazing artist this week.
She's a award-winning poet and musician from New Zealand. She currently resides in Berlin, but Humanities Guam brought her over for an event that's happening tonight at the Guam Museum. So I had to sit down and chit-chat and got to know her a little bit. She's super cool. Let's play the clip and let the people see what's for the podcast tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge privilege. I was supposed to come a little bit earlier, but things conspired against us, and I ended up coming now, and it's so great that we have the flexibility to do that. I mean, in a COVID world, and even before COVID, I don't think it's good to take any of these things for granted, Yeah. It's always a huge thing to be welcomed into someone else's land, country, no matter how far away it is. So I've been living in Germany for 6 years, and it's great. Berlin is an amazing city, but I can't say that there's many amazing beaches there, and it's very different culturally from Aotearoa, New Zealand, where I was born and grew up, and also very different culturally from here. There's some amazing things about it, obviously, and there's also some difficult things. It's a complex place, just like Guam. But yeah, the workshops in the last 2 days have been humbling. The generosity of the young people who took part and their courage, basically, to share the things they shared. Just because some random woman stands at the front of a room and says, please do this. I mean, I am pretty persuasive, though, I have to say. But yeah, it's been very honoring.
Okay, very enlightening interview. I've already seen it, Vic, and you said actually the first part of that she actually presented a piece in her native tongue, right?
And apparently that's her intro, where when she goes on stage, she'll always do this set piece all in Maori. So it was beautiful. It felt like Festback all over again.
Okay, so that's going to be, it's already on YouTube. If you guys want to watch, our show is just ending, but you can jump over and watch the One Micronesia podcast right now with Vic. That's also going to show tonight at KUAM TV 8. That's going to be at 6:30. And if you miss the live stream, it's going to be tomorrow. So kind of like Saturday morning cartoons, but with Vic. And that's going to be tomorrow on our Facebook page at 10 a.m. So for Victorious Falan and all of us here at KUAM News, we're going to go check on Daniel and see if he's still sweating from the hot sauce. But have yourself a fantastic island weekend. We'll see you on Monday. Vic, always good working with you, bro.
Sure, bro.
All right, take care, everybody. That's HotSpot.